everyone, I am very excited to bring you this wear test and review for Verst's new makeup line. You know that this is one of the fantastic affordable skincare company lines that I regularly use skincare from, and now they have released a makeup line. So if you're interested in how the color makeup products hold up, please stay tuned. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. If you aren't already, please go hit that subscribe button. You can also follow over on Instagram. If you did not see the latest video, please do me a favor and go check it out. It is a really long video, but I tested 19 different affordable sunscreen sticks, including e.l.f.'s new Invisa stick. So if you want to see them all applied, how the finish is, what I think of the formulations, and a ranking of what I think are the best ones depending on what you're looking for, then that video is for you. I will also link that in the upper right hand corner for you to check out. So I'm gonna apply these products in real time with you so you can see how they apply, what the finish is like, etc. It looks like right now they're available at Target as the main retailer. You can also purchase them through Verst's own website if you prefer to do that. I always link in the description box below where you can find the products to purchase them online if you're interested, so make sure you go check that out. And I will say that one of the main things that Verst is communicating is that this is makeup that is supposed to be good for your skin too, which falls in line with the fact that they are originally a skincare company, and that fusion of skincare and makeup is more and more common, and I think will be a trend that continues, which is great because if you can get dual functionality out of your products, get skincare benefits, then it's just a bonus when you're applying your makeup too. All right, so let's get to applying these one by one. So before testing these products out, the face product I've been using lately is the Beauty of Joseon Daily Tinted Fluid Sunscreen. And I did a whole video where I swatched 2 different shades of this and then tested this out. I will link that up in the upper right hand corner for you to check out if you haven't seen it already. I've been really enjoying this product, so if you've been interested, go check that out. Got a couple new collections from Zoya. This is appropriate, as you can see, for St. Patty's Day that's coming up. A little mini collection of shades. And then their latest collection, the Natural 6 collection for spring 2025. And this is a sparkles version. And then Pixie sent over these, which I didn't know that they had in their line. This is the Tint Fix Satin Lip Tint. My probably top favorite products for lips are tinted products that you can put on, and then even when they wear off, you have some sort of color benefit throughout the day. Let me know if you want me to do a video swatching these. Here's an example of one of the shades. Looks like that. So leave a comment below if you're interested in these. So first up will be our base product. This is the Multi-Serum Skin Tint. It has an SPF of 40, which is great. This retails for $19.99. Glass packaging, pump dispenser. You get 1 fluid ounce, 30 milliliters. The shade that I purchased and I'm going to try out is 4W. Looks like it's available in 14, 15, somewhere around there, different shades. It says it's supposed to be skin perfecting, nourishing, buildable coverage that corrects uneven skin tone. It's supposed to have a skin-like finish, feel lightweight, give a lit from within hydrating glow that stays put all day. In terms of the sun protection, there's 13.1% zinc oxide. And here are the rest of the ingredients. Thankfully, I do not see any sort of fragrance or perfume added. It says to shake well and then pump onto the back of your hand and use the fingertips or a multitasking brush to blend in with the skin. I'll probably use fingertips. So it comes out as a pretty standard liquid. It's not too runny, but it's not too thick or heavy either. I think it's a pretty good shade match for me. I am on the tanner side right now. I'm usually like an NC 25. I have warm undertones. It blends really smoothly into the skin. Light to medium coverage. Really nice finish on this. And I would agree it has a very skin-like natural finish to it. So this side is blank, or I shouldn't say blank, it has no foundation on it. This is the side where I've applied. Yeah, it has a super skin-like finish, just kind of imperceptible, but definitely gave me some coverage. Let's do the other side with a brush. This is a Marc Jacobs brush that I'm pretty sure they don't sell anymore. It's really old, so it's shedding, but I love it so much that I keep putting up with the shedding to use it. Yeah, nice application with the brush too. Maybe not 100% smooth the way it is with your fingers, but either way, you can get a really nice finish on the skin. Oh man, I forgot to use the actual brush from the company, which I could have done. We'll use it for the rest of the products here, but this is the multitasking brush. It says designed to blend in complexion products for the most skin-like finish. Oval-shaped was designed for the contours of your face for more precise application. Ultra soft vegan bristles. It says you can use it for foundation, blush, bronzer, or highlighter. So you can use it for all of those things. And this retails for $14.99, which is a great price for a brush this size. Let's go in with our concealer next. This is the Serum Concealer. You get a pretty large tube of this. The shade is again 4W for me. Retails for $14.99, and how much do you get? 0.25 fluid ounces, 7.39 milliliters. Says this feels like a hydrating serum, delivers medium coverage that goes on creamy and blends right in, infused with ingredients that care for the delicate skin around your eyes. It won't settle into fine lines or wrinkles, instead gently blurs for a smooth skin-like finish. Plus the formula self-sets, so you don't have to worry about creasing. And quickly, here are the ingredients. Again, don't see any perfume or fragrance added. It looks like also Versus tried to use at least some percentage of recyclable plastic in the packaging, which is great. It says it's formulated with caffeine and kojic acid. Big oversized slanted doe foot applicator. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the corners. I thankfully don't have a lot of large blemishes at the moment. Some hyperpigmentation on my chin, but no red blemishes currently. This brush is a little too big to go in here, but could make it work in a pinch. Wow, that blends fantastically. I always have problems, I shouldn't say always, I almost always, oftentimes have issues with concealer under my eyes, it looking, you know, as you get older, it has more texture. Even when you blend, it's sort of like, there's just texture there. It's not completely smooth. But this formula, that is lovely. Doesn't look crepey or textured on the skin. I think as you age, the more serum-y type formulations are where it's at for that very reason. Wow, I am a huge fan of that formulation. We'll see how it wears throughout the day, but that's fantastic in terms of finish. No crepiness. All right, let's start getting into our color products. We'll start with the bronzer stick, Warm Dimension. The shade that I got is August. Retails for $14.99, and you get 0.2 ounces, 5.8 grams. This is made in Korea. I did not know that before I started this review. Now it comes in 3 shades. This is the light medium shade. They have a medium and then a deeper shade also. And it does say you apply to the skin, you can blend it out with your fingers. So I just want to show you for the packaging. Honestly, all of the sticks seem to have come where they're already out of the tube and squished. We'll see with the highlighter and blush if this happens, but not great. Okay, I tapped it and put it back in there, but don't love the fact that it came like this. But we're gonna do our typical, and yes, I'm gonna use it as a contour slash bronzing product. And it does say that you can blend in with your fingers or the brush, the multitasking brush. You know what? I am surprised, impressed, and really happy with how well these products are blending. This is so fast. It's fast and the product truly blends out so smoothly, effortlessly. It doesn't look patchy. I'm not using a ton of pressure or spending a lot of time blending. I just came back from traveling where I tend to use more stick products during my travels because they are a lot more space efficient and convenient to take traveling because I'm not afraid of some liquid spilling everywhere. And they're usually more lightweight because of the packaging, but the cream formulation does sometimes take a lot more blending and they are more susceptible to looking patchy on the skin. This is blending effortlessly, quickly, very smoothly. I normally wouldn't get super excited about a stick bronzer, but this formulation is great. Highlighter next, the High Points Illuminating Stick. Comes in 3 shades. The shades I'm using, or the shade I'm using, is Polished. Same price, $14.99, 0.19 ounces, 5.5 grams of product. It says Superfine Pearl for natural dewy glow, meant to instantly make your skin more luminous. This feels like nothing and layers well over other products. Lit from within glow that's never shimmery or sparkly. Again, you can use with your multitasking brush. Let's see if this one also, yeah. See, I don't know why. I'm curious as to whether it is a like Target distribution thing, if it's a Versed issue where the products are coming like this. Don't know. This is a slight pinky peach tone to it. Actually, I'm not sure if I'll mind because we're gonna put a similar colored blush on top. I would agree. There's no real distinctive shimmer, like glitter sparkles that you can see, which I prefer because, again, at my age at least, I'm not super into perceptible glitter on my face. I might say that I would want it to be a little more noticeable and distinctive. You know, I'm not sure that you can really perceive that this highlight is on my face, which can cut both ways in terms of whether you like that it's seamless and imperceptible or whether you kind of want it to be more noticeable. It's definitely seamless. That seems to be a theme with all of this Versed makeup. Okay, blush next. This is the shade Swipe Blush Stick. Again, $14.99. You get 0.19 ounces, 5.5 grams. This is in the shade Pinch. There are 5 total shades you can choose from. Well, same problem. Tap it, put it back in there. So these twist up at the bottom. They twist all of these to push up more product. It says buildable cream blush, melts into cheeks, lips too if you're feeling monochromatic. Formula is flexible, lightweight, easy to layer, so you can go for a soft wash of color or build it up for a more pigmented look. Again, it says apply directly, blend with fingers or the brush. I'm going to use the brush because it has been fantastic. Oh my gosh. I really continue to be impressed. If you've watched my other videos where I test and apply cream or gel blush products, I almost always note how cream and gel formulations for blushes are particularly susceptible to being patchy. They, compared to powder products, are just more difficult to avoid any sort of patchiness. This, zero patchiness. It really, truly just, wow. I don't think I've ever had an easier time. Let's blend with my fingers because I want to know if it's just the formulation or if it's this brush. I mean, the formulation blends very nicely and smoothly, but I think that having this brush also really helps. I am so impressed. I got a little more pigment by initially using my fingers, I think, and now I'm just tapping it on the brush and putting it directly. Yeah, I think the best method is apply directly to your skin and then buff it out, tap and blend it out with the brush. And you definitely can build this up. Absolutely freaking lovely. There you go, up close. Once again, the word that comes to mind is seamless. Let's get some color on my dry lips. This is the Versed Cashmere Color Smoothing Lip Blush. Comes in 5 shades. The one I will apply is Scene. The amount you get is 0.17 ounces or 5 grams. This retails for $10.99. Easiest way to plump up your natural lip color. This balm gives a touch of color and a smooth, soft, matte finish. Feels like a balm, hydrates like skincare, and gives your lips that perfect lived-in look. It says you can apply one layer or you can build up the color. So just applying it directly. It's not the most hydrating feeling balm. It definitely feels more matte. So if I did one good color for just one barely applied swipe there, let's see how much it builds up. You know what I'm impressed by is it leaves this, for being in a balm form like this, it leaves a very matte finish, but it doesn't feel drying. It barely even feels, it does feel like a balm, like almost a chapstick on the lips with the slightest powdery feel to the formulation. And it does have that very blurred matte look to it. Interesting. It feels like a very unique formula. If you like that matte blurred look without dryness, like my lips are not dried or getting pruned at all. Very interesting. Okay, I put a little bit of brow powder through my brows. I'll probably put more after I powder. I don't think they have a setting powder in the line, so this is what the finish looks like. It is, you know, for me, I have oily, naturally oily combination skin, so there is a sheen to it. So I want you to see what it looks like before I set with translucent powder. That's what it looks like after setting with some powder. I used the 100% pure bamboo blur powder. We'll put some color on the eyes. This is the Sheer Stay Liquid Eyeshadow. This retails for $13.99. There are a total of 5 different shades. It says performance of a powder and flexibility of a cream. This liquid eyeshadow adds a touch of sheen to the lids. Soft shimmer formula can be worn on its own for a wash of color or layered for a bit of depth and dimension. The shade I'm going to apply is Poetic, and you get 0.15 fluid ounces, 4.5 milliliters of product. This is supposed to be a cool pink color, and it says to swipe on the lids and then blend with your fingers or brush. You can leave it as a wash or build up the color. I'm gonna get a synthetic brush ready for blending. I forgot to apply primer, so I applied the e.l.f. primer. My lid's always creased, so primer is important for me. All right, so let's go in. Blending with my finger. Color's definitely really sheer at first. Builds up nicely. I don't want a super obvious pink color, so I actually want to keep it a little more sheer. Okay, applied, nothing on this side. I'm gonna do this side with a brush because I feel like it's not blending the most evenly with my finger. A little better with a brush, but I wouldn't say seamless. You know, like the descriptor I've been using for the rest of the face with all these cream products, I'm not sure I'm getting that same result with the shadow formulation. I feel like it's lifting off the lid when I'm trying to make sure color stays down on the lid. I do like the finish because it has a sheen to it, but it's not metallic. All right, I'm gonna go ahead separately apply eyeliner. And our final product we're gonna test is the mascara. This is the Day Lash Lifting and Defining Mascara. It does come in 2 shades, which I love. The shade I'm going to be testing is brown. I feel like companies are more and more releasing brown tinted mascaras. This retails for $14.99. You get 0.35 ounces or 10 grams of product. It claims that this mascara will lift, lengthen, and define without clumps. Lightweight and water-resistant formula glides on easy with a brush that is designed to coat every lash. So we will do one side so that you can compare. Now, because it is a brown tint, which this is a beautiful brown tint. Don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it is very distinctively brown without being too light. Some mascaras are too light of a brown, which looks a little odd. And then other ones are black brown, which just looks like the normal black mascara. But this one is distinctively brown without being too light. It does apply beautifully. You got length, no clumping. Okay, so one layer or one coat applied and nothing. We'll go back in with a second coat. Ooh, still no clumping, but definitely a further exaggeration of the lashes. I love that. Ooh, I really like that. So 2 coats applied and nothing on the lashes. I personally would stop there, but let's go ahead and see what happens with another coat. This is a beautiful formulation. It's not going to be the most dramatic or in your face, but you're definitely getting a really distinct exaggeration of the lashes. And I agree, I'm not getting any clumping or spidery lashes. I didn't curl my lashes, but that's what it looks like from the side profile. I kind of was expecting to not be impressed by the mascara. I'm not sure why, but I am impressed. All right, there is the completed makeup look using almost all and exclusively Versed makeup products. I am pleasantly impressed and surprised. I'll start with probably my least impressive, I would say, of the bunch that I've used is the liquid eyeshadow formulation. I just don't think it blended as seamlessly as I expected to after using all the other Versed products. I love this brush. I think it is super versatile. It is probably key in having the seamless, effortless, quick, smooth blending of all of these products. But honestly, for pretty much everything except for the eyeshadow, I have nothing but good things to say. Maybe comparatively, I'm not as blown away by the lip blush and the highlight, just because I feel like it's not as distinctive from the blush. But again, nothing, they work beautifully. The formulations are good, more of maybe a personal preference sort of thing. I will go and wear this throughout the day. I have a really long day ahead, so I probably will not check in until over 12 hours later, so we'll really get a good idea of how the makeup wears. But for now, that's what it looks like. And I'll see you later in the day. All right, we are here at the end of the day. I ended up not having such a long day before getting to check in. It is almost exactly 8 hours since application. The lip product, I actually have it in my pocket because I took it with me throughout the day because you do have to reapply. It's not like a stain, it's not long wearing. But I did like the finish. It feels, you know, comfortable for what it is. I am actually really surprised by how little this these products have developed any sort of shine or oiliness. So I initially powdered, you saw what that looked like, and I was sort of expecting to develop a lot more of an oily sheen, but it is held up. I mean, I have developed a little bit of shine, but once again, it is so smooth, skin-like, natural looking, and it definitely looks less oily than on initial application before powdering. So, you know, I do have to powder it, but it tells me that the product underneath does a fairly good job of not developing sort of like a greasy film. You know, it obviously also tells me that this is a good setting powder, but I didn't blot any other time throughout the day, and I also did not reapply any sort of translucent powder to get a more matte effect. And the sheen I have is perfectly acceptable in my book. The other thing I'm surprised about is how well the eye makeup has held up. Typically with the powder eyeshadows that I use at the end of the day, even if I've used eyeshadow primer, which I always do, there is more noticeable creasing. And with this product, it's very minimal on the inner corner of my one eye, and then not really any perceptible creasing on the other eye. So it's held up for, as, you know, not as excited as I feel about the formulation in the product. I will say that it does seem to hold up against creasing pretty well. Lashes look pretty good still, holding strong. A little bit of breaking down around the mouth, although I will tell you that I was drinking my smoothie in the morning and I was wiping sort of the corners and edges of my mouth because I always get some like smoothie and it's green, so it's very obvious on the corners of my mouth after drinking. So part of that is, you know, I'm physically disrupting the product there, but on the rest of the face, I mean, it is so lovely. My nose is peeling a little bit if you see that too, but you can see that there's no obvious breakdown or separation of the product. And it felt comfortable throughout the day, weightless. I didn't feel any sort of greasiness or heaviness from any of the products. So overall, I am much more impressed by these products than I came in expecting to be. I love the fact that they are integrating skincare and makeup, although they aren't the only brand that does that. And this brush for less than $15, if nothing else, if you just have too much makeup, you want to stick with whatever you have, this brush is definitely multitasking and blends things beautifully. Okay, those are my thoughts and my review for Reverse new makeup products. They have a few more makeup things in the line that I didn't pick up, like an eyebrow gel and things like that, but I hit the main spots. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, or any thoughts that you have, please share them with us. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch the videos, and I'll see you in the next one.